Welcome back to another video. My name is Melisa and I'm very excited to be talking about emotions on today's video. If you have been watching my videos, you probably know that I'm starting a business guided by my intuition, and that I'm a creative. And if you can imagine, starting a business brings up a lot of emotions, and if you are a creative as well, you probably know that of course we are emotional. And if you are on this video, you probably have been feeling a little overwhelmed by your emotions. And also, this is for people that, God, I wish we all had a better understanding about emotions. If you have friends or family members that have been telling you that you are too sensitive or too emotional, I want you to leave this video feeling very empowered by the amazing gift we have, which is our emotions. One of my mentors years ago said something that I'm going to translate from Spanish, but it was something like, tears are boats that always take us to new places. And when she said it, I think I didn't quite understood the meaning. I was like, that sounds beautiful, but I don't think I understood. It took me a couple of years until, after crying and being present with my tears and my emotions, I started realizing, like, oh my God, it is true that before crying I feel one way. When I'm crying, I feel different. And after crying, I feel totally different. So, isn't that powerful and beautiful? Being able to change the way you are feeling by crying? How are you gonna think that being emotional it's something bad? Another piece of knowledge I can share with you, and knowledge that you already know. We wouldn't able to eat delicious food at restaurants. We wouldn't able to go to shows to listen to amazing music. We wouldn't able to go to galleries to appreciate beautiful art. We wouldn't able to enjoy beautiful furniture, clothing, all objects that were designed by people if there weren't emotionals that experience emotions at deep, very deep, crazy levels. And I want also to share that it might not change how intense you experience emotions. In a way, after I had a little experience that I'm going to share also in the video, but after that experience, I'm super freaking grateful I get to experience life at these levels. Know that there's just like a lot of negative connotation about being emotional and having emotion. So in my case, I still do it. I have the tendency still to kind of resist the emotions. Well, I don't want to get too distracted with this story, but I'm gonna share the ways I've been working with my emotions, and I'm gonna leave some links in the description of the video so you can go and explore and experiment. I want to say it as a creative, if you are a creative as well, the best thing you can do in life is to experiment with different things, see how it feels, what works for you, take whatever it works, whatever it doesn't work, just leave it. This is my approach. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a scientist, I'm just a passionate human that loves being emotional, and that I would love the entire world to be aware of how amazing and important emotions are. Like the other side, not only for creatives, if you're not a creative and you're watching this, like think about, like, if some of us didn't experience, because not everyone experiences emotions as we do. I'm assuming you also are a feeler, like, from my team, the ones that experience intense emotions. How we would be able to connect with other people if we, with their experiences, people that are in pain, that are grieving, people that went through traumatic things, if there weren't people that have experienced crazy emotions, the whole spectrum of emotions. I feel like I'm one of those, right? Isn't that a beautiful gift? We don't think about it. When we are through the emotion, we are like, how can I get rid of that, of this state? Like, my God, I'm, like, so the most unfortunate person on earth that get to have these crazy emotions. It is a beautiful power. It is a beautiful gift. Honor it and feel proud of being an emotional person. Here it is, my steps or the things that I have done. Do also, your little exploration. I hope mine serve you, can help you. I share on my other videos about these things, but I'm gonna try to put them all together in this one same video. So human design helped me so much to validate, honestly, to feel like being an emotional human was not only okay, but it was a wonderful thing. Everything that I'm saying right now, it comes from learning it first from human design, but from applying it in my life, because human design is one of those things that you have to apply it. If you go and read it, that's not gonna work. You have to explore and experiment with it. So human design explained that some people came to life, and it might be super simple for some people. Like, when I say it kind of sounds a little silly for me, like it makes a lot of sense, but when we are going through the big emotions, we don't see it this way. But some people are meant to not experience all the levels and all the waves of emotions we do. We need them. We need the rational ones. We need the practical ones. We need the ones that don't experience the emotions, right? Because those are the ones that can make decisions quickly. The ones that can articulate things a little faster. We need them. Like, when I have to make decisions, I call my rational, practical friends. When I want to create and talk about love and all these things, I love sharing these things with my emotional friends. And there is always, like a situation where you feel better with one or the other, right? Sometimes talking about my emotions with rational people is really good, because they ground me, right? They help me to see a different, lighter perspective, right? But when I want to create and use my emotions to create, like, of course I go to the more emotional and passionate people. Okay, so human design explains that very well. You can get your chart and understand your own particular way of feeling and experiencing emotions in life. And the second tool for me has been understanding the basics of neuroscience. There is this human that I admire so much and I have learned so much from, Joe Dispenza. But there are many neuroscientists out there. I just like him. I like him so much. I like the way he explains things. It just explains things in a very simple way, practical way. And so what I learned from neuroscience is that our emotions, there's nothing wrong with our emotions, right? It's a beautiful gift, as I have been saying. The bad thing, and the one thing that, if you're new to this, that's where the work is. For me, it took me a couple of years. It can be a couple of weeks for you. We all are different, and we all are at different levels in this, but the work is on the associations we have with emotions, meaning the thoughts, the ideas we have about emotions. If you are on this video, I'm assuming that you think it's bad to have emotions. So those are the things that we have to change. Those are the things that we get to change. We get to create the associations we want with emotions. You can start from today thinking that it's an honor, what the things that I'm saying, right? Those are the things that I had to change too. I went from having groups of people telling me like, you're too sensitive, like, oh my God, you're so sensitive, to enjoy life the way I'm enjoying life these days. I don't resist my emotions that much. I still struggle sometimes. And what happens when you don't resist your emotions, it's just like, God, I wish I could translate what my body experiences and put it into words. Maybe I will be able to do that one day. But for now, it's just like you just experience it more without resistance. It's just like it's deeper. It's even deeper. Yeah, you experience even deeper levels of your excitement and passion and love and gratitude, and you start relating to the low emotions in a different way. For me, it turned into two sides of the spectrum: love and fear. So I don't talk about being sad, I just talk about fear. Like whenever I feel a little uncomfortable, whenever there's something, whenever I get a little anxious, I just know there's something around fear. Something activated the fear. Like even when we cry, when we think we are sad, that comes from fear too. I'm not gonna go too deep in explaining each emotion. I wanna give you some bases so you can explore from now. And what I want with this video, to be honest, more than give you a class, is to help you to reframe your idea about being an emotional person. It is a gift. It is a superpower, okay? So human design, neuroscience, and of course, any type of movement, exercising. Yoga has been one of my favorite ways to move my body. I have amazing releases of my emotions through the classes. Sometimes when I don't even know that I need one, sometimes I go to a class and after, moving my body for a little bit, I have some tears, and which is so wonderful. Yoga helps me so much, but I practice other kind of physical activities. I was gonna say I can link that one below because she's really amazing. I do Pilates with Melisa with Health, and what I like about her is what I love most about her is that she also, through her workouts and on her social media, she talks a lot about being an emotional person, having anxiety. It's not only a workout. She connects, all the physical and the spiritual experience you're having when you are working out. So I'm glad I thought about her because she's a good resource for you guys to share with you. So exercising, I think, is a big piece also to help you work with your emotions, to help move your body. A lot of the times, emotions need that too, movement. If you stay in at the house watching TV, sometimes, of course, if depending on the TV show, that can help you to move, the emotions. But staying at the house, I don't think it's gonna do a lot to release and move the energy, the emotions in your body. I feel like being outside, going for a walk, exercising helps a lot. And this is not mandatory. I just love it and recommend it. It has helped me so much, but you can find your version of this. I mentioned exercising. You can find a version between exercising and meditating. I love meditating. 25 minutes is what I do. I don't do any crazy hour meditation anymore. I used to do it, but it just wasn't sustainable for me. I'm very intentional with the meditations I do these days. And the thing with meditation, breath work and meditation, is what's part of my personal routine these days. Breath work, it does move things in your body in a beautiful way in your nervous system, right? So a lot of the times when you are working with heavy emotions, again, I feel like from my experience, what I recommend is any way to check those emotions, check the emotions. So exercise can help sometimes. For me, breath work has been the key. So I do my breath work, and after the breath work, I do the meditation. So what happens in my body, in my experience, is that the emotions, you have to believe this is what I believe, the emotions usually start getting stored in your stomach, in your belly. So what I do with the breath work is that I move the energy of those emotions. Don't believe me, again, this is just me with the things that I like to do and believe in life. I check those emotions. I, get things moving in my body. And right after that, I have my 25 minutes of meditations where I have, after moving the emotions, also your thoughts, the circulation of thoughts in your mind changes. So that's another amazing benefit from doing breath work. So by me staying in a meditative state for those 25 minutes, I'm teaching my mind to stay in the calm state and not creating more associations to emotions. I don't remember if I talked about the associations. So yeah, I think I mentioned associations. Emotions are not bad. It's all depending on the story you have connected to those emotions. So that's how neuroscience can help you to change the associations, the thoughts you have linked to those emotions. So meditating is a great way, because then there's this discomfort, this emotion, but if I'm not attaching any story, it's you are transforming the way you experience your emotions. So what I have seen especially in the last 3-4 months that I'm meditating and doing my practice, a spiritual practice every day. I feel like I take a little break on the weekends just to sleep in longer. What I've been noticing in this time that I've been so consistent and constant in my practice is that you change the stories around emotions. Usually when you are activated, and this is something that you can, after this video, you can start applying right away. You're gonna notice in the moment you feel stressed out or angry or disappointed, if you recognize the emotion, the sensation in your body, you're gonna notice right away that the stories in your head are not happy stories. So by me being super constant and committed, to change and to create the life I want, to create the emotions and the thoughts that I want, I realize now that I have less associations to my emotions when I'm experiencing an emotional state. So I had a very activating emotional state recently. And what I noticed is that I said also earlier that whenever there's emotion, I know it's fear, right? So it's easy for me now to go and see it with the fear, fear about, I explore the fear, it's like, okay, this situation make me feel this fear is telling me something. And usually it's that you have to take some kind of action, say something to a person, or even do something that you're afraid to do. So that's the other way not the other way, it's part of the same thing. That's something else that I've been doing with my emotions when they are like overwhelming emotions. I sit with the fear and I ask the fear, like, okay, what is it that I have to do? What can I do? And the way I also do it, I've been sharing this also on my other videos. I love working. I don't like saying inner child, but I like saying little you. I like working with my little you. Once I notice that there's fear inside of me, I know it's my little me freaking out. I can talk on another video about little you and inner child work. But whenever we are experiencing these low emotions, fear, it's a part of you, that is desperate. So that association, knowing that it's a little me, desperate, that right away, and this is the thing with associations, it's such a beautiful association about my negative emotion, you see. So now, like, the first image that comes to me, it calms my nervous system right away. It's like a little me, and I'm like, I just want to hug her and give her whatever she needs and whatever she wants. And usually it's just like, I'm here for you. You are protected, you are loved, you are powerful, you can say whatever you want. Those are the things that I say to my little me. All right, that's all for today. I really hope you can not only reframe the way you see your emotions. I hope you feel empowered by having this amazing, wonderful gift of experiencing life at these deep levels. And if you would like to share your experience, I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear if maybe, this inspired you, this helped you to understand something. If you apply it to your life and you see changes, it will make me super happy to hear your experience. So yeah, feel free to comment below, to email me, reach out. For now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you on my next video. Peace and love.